Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Candace and I'm from yogabycandace.com. I'm really excited to partner up with Second Wind Health for this Restorative Yin Yoga class. So it's going to be a mixture of restorative, which is super like gooey and relaxing, and then also yin, which is a little bit more active. So for this practice, we're going to be using a Second Wind Health wheel. I love this wheel in particular because it's got cork on the outside of it. Really gorgeous design, but I really love the cork material because it gives just the right amount of cushion. So if you're gonna lay your back over the wheel, it provides support, but it's not so stiff that it ends up hurting your back. The other prop I'm using is a Second Wind Health mat. This one is really nice because it is super sticky, so you're not gonna slide around on it at all, which is really important when you're practicing yin, which is more active than restorative. You don't wanna be slipping and sliding at all. That would not be good for the joints. So check them out at secondwindhealth.com. I'll put the link in the description below. And when you're ready, have a seat on your mat and we'll begin. So as I mentioned, we'll be doing a yin and restorative practice combined. Usually, unless there's vinyasa combined in one of those styles, it is not a flowy pose to pose to pose kind of yoga practice. It's pose, hold the pose, and then we switch into the next pose. So please don't expect to be like sweating or moving a whole lot. We're really holding poses in this practice because we're trying to stretch the body and also to de-stress our mind and our body as well. So grab hold of your wheel and we're gonna start by just setting it off to the side so we can center ourselves. So you can come to sit in a comfortable position on your mat. Roll your shoulders back and let's start with our hands in a prayer position, thumbs pressing against the sternum. You can close your eyes and we'll take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through your mouth too. Just release any tension or stress you're carrying with you this morning. And then as you begin to connect with your breath, see if you can start to lengthen your inhales and your exhales. With each exhale, just allowing any chatter in your mind to dissolve. Bring your awareness to the shape of your spine and see if you can create the natural curves of the spine as you inhale. And as you exhale, relax your shoulders away from your ears, allowing your shoulder blades to melt down your back. And set an intention for your practice. As you inhale, flutter your eyes open. We'll begin with a lateral stretch. So taking your wheel out to your left, in line with your shoulder, and really be sure it's exactly in line with your shoulder. You don't want it to be too far out in front of you. We'll bring the forearm down onto the wheel. Take a big breath in, lift your right arm up overhead, and begin to extend out to the side. You have a couple options with your gaze. You can take your gaze up underneath your arm, or if that's a lot for your neck, you can look down at the ground. Just find what's going to work best for you. And we'll really hold it here. Seeing if you can just flood your body with good breath. As you inhale, rise back up as you roll the wheel in towards you, and we'll take it over to the other side. So wheel directly in line with your shoulder, forearm on the wheel, and then we come up and over. Just noticing what you notice. Maybe one side is more open than the other. And as you inhale, rise back up. From here, I'll just turn to the side so you can see me a bit better. Take your hands onto the wheel, palms facing down, and you'll begin to roll the wheel away from you as you come forward, letting your head just hang out between the arms and breathing some space there. Try to lengthen out through the spine. And this is a stretch for your back, so you can really reach your fingers away from you, but also root your sitting bones down in towards the ground, and that'll get you a little bit more extension through your back muscles. As you inhale, rise up. We'll take the hands back behind us, fingers pointed away from us. Press into your hands to lift your hips, lift your chest, look up. Breathing some space in between each shoulder and the front body. And then from the shoulder to the top of the hip on each side. If there's a lot for your neck, you can always look forward. And then exhale and release, coming to sit tall. From here, rise up onto your shins. And you'll turn so that your wheel is at your side. Extend your left leg out to the side, toes pointed forward. From here, we'll lean over onto our wheel and then reach your arm up and over. And as you press into the outer edge of your left foot, see if you can find a stretch through the side of the shins there. And then work your awareness up towards your hip and see if you can find extension from your hip bone through your fingertips. And as you inhale, rise up, and as you do, draw your wheel in towards you and roll it over to the other side. And now we'll take a gate pose. So we'll send the hands down onto the wheel, pressing the wheel away from us, reaching the arm up overhead, looking out underneath the armpit if that feels okay for your neck. If it's too much, just look straight down, or you can look out in front of you. Make it work for you. And once again, bringing the awareness to the top of the hip. This time you're bringing your awareness to your other hip and trying to find length from that hip bone all the way up through the fingertips. And as you do it, bringing some awareness to your left side body, just making sure that you're not dumping weight there. You're still trying to find extension as well. As you inhale, rise back up and draw your left shin down onto the mat, and we'll take it over to the other side. So to begin, let's start with the wheel to our left. Send the hand down, toes pointed forward here, and then lift your right arm up and over, finding some extension, pressing into the outer edge of that right foot. As you breathe and find expansion through your chest, see if you can avoid arching the back or trying to find some sort of back bend here. Just see how long you can get through your spine, through the crown of the head. And then from here, we'll release and bring the the arm down and bring the wheel out to your right, and then lifting your left arm up and over, finding a nice stretch on the left side body. And as you breathe into that stretch, also being mindful of your right side body, trying not to dump weight into it, but to also find extension. As you inhale, release. Coming down onto all fours, we'll send the wheel to the top of the mat for now. And then from here, bringing both arms onto the wheel, thumbs point up to the sky. So the forearms are on the wheel, and you'll extend the arms away from you. Just taking a couple breaths here. Then curl your toes, reach your heels, your hips towards your heels, and we'll flip the wheel so it's on its side now. Bring your hands to either side and inhale, lift the head and the tailbone. So this is just like a funky cat-cow. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, lift your head and tailbone. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, lift your tailbone. Exhale, round your back. On your next inhale, you're going to find your way into all fours and step your right foot towards the front of the mat. And you can keep your wheel on its side, or you can lift it up, depending on what you need. From here, we're going to send the hips forward, and you can rest your forearms on your wheel as we hang out in lizard pose. So we'll be here for about 2 minutes, and I'll let you know when the time is up. As you inhale, slowly begin to rise out of it with control. Bring your hands down to the ground and step your right knee back. And we'll send the left foot forward. And then once again, bring the hips a little bit more forward. We'll send the arms down. Breathe here. So you want to think about almost magnetizing your left heel towards your right knee. Breathing full, deep breaths. And we'll be here for another 2 minutes. And I'll let you know when the time is up. As you inhale, begin to slowly rise up mindfully out of it. Hands come down and the knees the left knee comes back. From here, let's find our way into a child's pose, reaching the arms out in front, letting the head rest on the mat. And we'll be here for a few minutes. If it's more comfortable, you can bring your arms by your side, whichever feels best for you. Go ahead and do that. And like I said, we'll be here for about 2 minutes or so. And I'll let you know when the time is up. As you inhale, slowly begin to flutter your eyes open, coming forward and finding your way to a seated position. We'll bring the wheel out in front of us and spread the legs, not going crazy wide here, just wide enough where you begin to feel a stretch. And then you can turn your wheel away from you and slowly begin to come forward to intensify that adductor stretch, that inner thigh stretch. You could also turn the wheel and let your head rest on the wheel, and your arms can hang as shown. As you settle in, just breathe some space into the inner thighs. See if you can relax your shoulders away from your ears. And keep reaching your toes towards your face and then back behind you as well. Really encouraging your breath to flow through you. We'll be here for about 2 minutes, and I'll let you know when the time is up. As you inhale, slowly begin to flutter your eyes open, rise up. Bring your hands underneath your knees, slowly draw your knees in towards your center. From here, we'll come to lie down on the back and keep your wheel by your hips, because as you lie down, you'll position your left leg on the wheel and then bend your right knee and bring it in towards your chest. Lift the right foot up towards the sky and interlace your fingers around the back of the leg, anywhere that works for you. And then as you're here, begin to press out of the heel of the right foot and maybe create some movement with the foot, spreading the toes and releasing, pointing and flexing. Just noticing what that does to the muscles through the hamstrings and the calves. And we'll use the breath to find length, and then use the breath to bend at the elbows and continue to draw the leg in towards the body. Find that point of tension where it's like not yet, you don't want to be in pain, but you don't want to just like hang out there without feeling anything. So find the point of tension where it's just about uncomfortable, and see if you can sit in that discomfort for a breath or two, and then maybe release a little bit and then bring it back in a bit. Hold here for about 30 more seconds. Then begin to wiggle your toes and bring some space and some life back to that foot. And gently release, and as you do, cross the ankle over the left thigh and draw that left foot in towards you by pressing it onto the wheel and bringing it in a bit. And your arms can come into like a goddess arms position, so 90 degrees in the elbows. And as you bring your left leg in towards you, energetically press your right knee away from you and breathe some space here. As you're ready, unravel the legs and we'll take it over to the other side. So position your wheel so that your right leg can rest over it. And position it so it's right underneath the knee. That'll feel nice. And then lift your left leg up to the sky and interlace your fingers around the back of the leg, anywhere that works best for you. Begin to bring some life and awareness into your left foot as you draw circles with the ball of the foot, and then spread the toes and release, point and flex, pressing the heel up towards the sky and then releasing, just noticing what's going on through the back of that left leg. And as you inhale, really press through that left heel and then use your elbows, use your bicep strength to pull your leg in towards your body, trying to find that point of tension where it's just before discomfort. And then hanging out here for about 30 more seconds or so. And gently releasing. And as you do, you'll step your right foot up onto the wheel and then draw your right leg in towards you as you cross your left ankle over your right thigh. So pull that leg in towards you. You can take goddess arms and then energetically press your left knee away from you to find a nice stretch to the back of the left hip. We'll be here for about another 30 seconds or so. Just keep breathing fully. And then when you're ready, gently release. From here, we'll send the wheel, so we're going to turn it on its side and then send it about halfway away from you. So if you were to extend your legs, it'd probably be right about in line with your knee or so. And then we'll bring both legs to rest on the wheel. Allowing your eyes to close. And be here in this supported corpse pose for about 5 minutes, and I'll let you know when the time is up. Bringing some awareness to your eyes and your fingers and toes. Begin to blink your eyes open. And then from here, we'll bring the arms down by our sides. The feet can come off the wheel and you'll press into your forearms to lift up. And we'll bring the wheel behind us. So hold on to the wheel as you begin to melt your upper back over so you feel stable here. And then interlace your hands behind your head and you can play around with going forward and backward on the wheel, just finding a space that works best for you. And then see if you can find the place where your head can rest on the wheel and your upper back is also supported. Your knees can stay bent and your hands can interlace across the belly. Close your eyes here. Allow yourself to settle in. And we'll be here for about 5 minutes. Each exhale, just letting your muscles melt over your bones, becoming less aware of your intentional breath and just letting the breathing come on its own. On your next inhale, begin to release your fingers, bringing your hands by your side. And slowly and mindfully take your head off the wheel, then the back, and we'll begin to turn. From here, we'll bring the wheel down by our legs and come to lie down on your belly. Stack your forearms and rest your forehead on your forearms, and you can rest your legs over top of the wheel. In this supported downward facing rest, this is going to be our final pose for the practice. So just allowing your whole body to be really heavy here, letting gravity do some work. Scanning your body from your head to your toes, just checking in to see where can I let go a little bit more. Noticing the mat you're on and how fully supported you feel. Noticing the wheel underneath your legs and how it supports you. We'll be here for about 5 minutes and I'll let you know when the time is up. As you inhale, begin to blink your eyes slowly open. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Feet can come off the wheel. You can open up the knees a little bit and press yourself back into a quick child's pose. One breath in. And as you exhale, rise up, finding your way to a comfortable seat. Taking your hands to heart center, closing your eyes. Just taking a moment to acknowledge your practice, your health. Maybe taking a moment to set an intention for the rest of your day. And when you're ready, seal it in. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed it.